Hitman ting, bad man ting, dance na baby ukichoka, wacha nikudare tukikata kako,
1, 2, 3, funky.
I almost forgot the lyrics. Oops. Did I smudge you guys? Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Or welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been back, if you're coming back, welcome back. My name is Nyambuzi, only because I'm the freaking goat. Ask around. People been knowing. And my domain name, my fandom name is Smelly Cats. And if you'd like to be a Smelly Cat for the small price of $12.50, just send me a DM and we can arrange. Have you guys been? I've been calm, I've been chilling. Leo nataka kuwapea story. Yeah. I got into a case when I was in class 2. Let me tell you guys what happened. My neighbor in when I was a kid was in class 6, and class 6 is where you start learning reproductive system. The hell is reproduction system? It can be a reproduction system. Okay, yeah, the reproductive system. Anyway, so I used to chill with this girl, alikuwa anaitwa Masi Wamboi, which is a coincidence because I have a cousin called Masi Wamboi, but I didn't. What? Bowski. Anyway, Masi Wamboi, you got me in a lot of trouble. Let me tell you what was happening. Also, my neighbor was in class 7, and when he was in class 6, he had books. And the science books were so graphic then. Like, okay, not graphic. They didn't have, like, the internal parts. They just had, like, the... Actually, this was class 5. Like, class 5 when we were learning theory. See, that's when we learned adolescence. Yeah, about adolescence. So, when Masi went to class 6, now she was learning about like adolescence. I even remember one day when it was like during break time, I walked into a class. I didn't walk into it. I went to like at the window of the classroom, and then I was looking into it. And right here there was a girl. Her name was Milka. Don't ask me why I remember all these things. Her name was Milka, and she was reading that science book. What was it called? It was blue, but like we didn't use it by the time I got to class 6, that's not the book we were using, but that's the book she was using. So she was reading it, and I remember that's the page she was reading, and so I creeped up on her, but I was going to play with her. Milka also did me dirty, but okay, that's another story for another day. Anyway, I'm creeping up on her, and then I caught her reading that page. So I'm looking and I'm like, you know, I'd never seen like, oh my god, and that was like my first time seeing things. And then like the adults were so weird looking. I was like, what bro is, nah, that can't be true, that can't be normal. But that's what happened. So even in the bus, she was my neighbor, so we'd be dropped off last, and me and Masi, now her name is Masi Wamboi, so whatever you need to call her, we'd go home together. So in the bus we'd sit together. I've always been like hanging out with the older crowd, which my mom didn't always like, but it's okay, it's cool. I am how I am. I found trouble. You'll see how I am as I tell the story. So I've always been a loud ass mofo. And I've been like this since like birth. Unajua? Mi nilizaliwa hivi, by the way. Especially like, I don't like people who come to me and they're like, oh yeah, me I don't like her because she's so loud, or like she talks too much, or but that's how I've always been, bro. I was born like this. Maybe I'm just not your type. Maybe you should get another friend. Yeah? Tusisumbuane, babe. Tuko watu 40 sijui what gazillion million. na mini moja. Just don't feel the need to force your issues with me. Okay, don't feel like you owe me a friendship or anything like that, a relationship. I'm a loud ass mofo, and if you can't handle it, then I'm not the one for you. You get what I mean? So don't come to me and try to water me down. Todo, it's just how I am, baby. I was born this way. Sa to do tufanye eu alafu form sa tufanye. So when I used to sit with her in the bus to go home. Now, Mercy was in class 6, I've said, and so she was learning like the reproductive system. Sometimes they'd be given homework, and that was where I was so intrigued. She talked to me about all these complex terms like sperms. I was like, what? Yeah, each time she said something, I'm drooling. What the hell? Every time she says something, I'm like, what? And then she taught me the process of making a baby. She didn't talk to me about like the need of a man and a woman coming together, or like the physicality and the technical blah blah blahs that come together and make a baby. The only thing that got into my class 2 head, I think I was in class 1. Class 2 head was my theater teacher. Guy, Mercy, you messed me up badly. See, Mercy has told me the process of getting pregnant and having a baby, of like how babies are made. So me, I'm just calm, and then I realize like I have a light bulb moment. I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. Isn't my theater teacher carrying around a huge ass mofo stomach? That's suspicious, because she is the wife of the reverend. The story is so messed up. She's the wife of the reverend of my school. So we know the mom and the dad. I know the theater teacher who's pregnant, and I also know like the reverend who's they're married. So I'm assuming it's only. I'm sorry. I'm projecting my societal beliefs on how people get pregnant after marriage, but it's only automatic that I'll assume that the father of this baby that I didn't even know was a baby. I was just so confused that why is this woman pregnant, having such a huge stomach, and she wasn't always like this. So see, me, I've learned. I've heard Ati, the reverend guy. This was such a big case. I've heard the reverend and the CRE teacher did the deed, and so she's having a baby, and it's his. Which is, like, isn't that true? Have I lied, ladies and gents? Have I lied? No, have I lied? Miss Jadanganya, it's the truth. So, the problem was that the next day when I came to school, after going home and realizing, oh my God, the CRE teacher's gonna have a baby with the reverend of the school, I told my classmates, kona moshene, kona mdomo bigi. So I got to class the next day, and I'm like, oh yeah, you guys, did you know? You didn't know? I'm doing your story. It will sit, I give you a story. You won't even believe it. So everyone around me didn't actually know the technicalities of pregnancy and what happens and how people get pregnant and everything. But eventually that story got to my class teacher, and I don't know what he heard, but that day we had one teacher for all classes, like apart from CRE and SS. Like the rest was taught by one teacher, the one who whooped my butt last story time. The previous story time, he whooped my ass 7 strokes of the cane. 7 times. Yeah, don't forgive. But R.I.P. Yeah, he passed away, sadly. Yeah, so he comes to class this afternoon, like after a week or something, and he tells everyone to leave that class. So we're like, okay, so what do we do? There was a tree outside my class, so he told us to go and stand there where we used to like stand for parade and everything. So he tells us, go and stand hapo hivyo kwa mti hapo. All of you make a line. Then everyone will come to class one by one. And no one gets to stay like in the class. You get interviewed. It's like an interview. You come get interviewed, then you get out of class again. You get interviewed. Him, as if like he couldn't stay outside, then call one by one, and then, bro, I don't understand the logic, but it is what it is. It is how it went. Let me comb my wig real quick because it's getting entangled with my gloss, and I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. On the Barbie. What? This song I've sung in 2 of my videos, and it's coincidental, but only because I see this brush and it reminds me of that Barbie brush that people used to use. Anyway, so he comes, Mr. Gashunga. His name is Mr. Gashunga. Was R.I.P. He came to class, and then he told us, I've already told you guys the process, but he said I should be the last in line. So everyone got interviewed, blah 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 blah. You go get interviewed, then you come out. You go get checked, you get talked to, and then you chuck. So it's my turn, like Gafla Bin Vu. Suddenly it's my turn. Oh my god, wait a second. Was Crazy Kenyan the one who made the Gafla Bin Vu video? OMG. This homie been doing the thing since last year. Okay. I'm happy for him. What was I saying? So it was my turn. And then I get into class, and Mr. Gashunga is like, Ati, what did you hear? What's Ati, tell me now, Ati, what did you say about teacher? I don't remember her name, but she's teacher Sari. And like I froze, because I didn't know what they were talking about. We weren't grown enough to be asking like, what has teacher asked you? We weren't malicious. Like I feel like even everything I told my classmates was so innocent and coming from like a place of innocence. Also, I have no siblings, so like I've never seen my mom like pregnant or anything, you know. So pregnancy is such a weird thing. I've also talked about pregnancy before in one of my videos. I'm gonna link everything in the description box. Hopefully, I hope I remember. But it's called Pregnancies and Other Short Stories in my list of videos. So me, I'm being asked, Ati, what did you say about Teacher X, the lady now? And I was like, I don't know. He chucks his cane. He chucks his kiboko. I said she was pregnant. And then he's like, where did you hear that from? I'm like, he was so mad, like he was shouting. And I was a kid, like what, class 2 is how old? I stopped saying how old I am. Guy, I've nyeshad. Damn. I stopped saying how old I was at a certain time in my life in videos, because I always mess up. Last time I said class 4 is 15. Is it 15 like from 2? That's crazy. Why would I say that? But also I moved on, which is a good thing. So Mr. Gashunga is there, he's talking, he's saying how Ati, I've become a bad girl, I'm spoiling people in class, I'm saying things about teachers. I said, bro, did I lie? At this point I'm pretty confused, but I'm also not confused. I'm more scared than I am confused. So like, if I'm more scared than I am confused, I will shut my mouth. Right nowadays I have the audacity to speak up for myself, but at the time I was really young, and also it felt like such a taboo topic to be talking about. I also thought I was in the wrong, you know what I mean? And then it doesn't make anything better, because he'd been stressing me all week, saying, Ati, see me. Then when I go to see him, he's like, it's break time, I'm having my break. It's lunchtime, I'm having my lunch, blah blah, you know, like he's dragging me emotionally. You get what I mean? That's not cool. So like, I'm already stressed out, and that week I had an exam. I was number 1 from before I moved out of that school. I moved out in like class 3. I was number 1 from baby class to class 3. But it doesn't matter now, because it's nowhere in my certificates. It makes no sense. No one knows. Like, well, but after he stressed me out, I became number 4. Now it's not only become like I'm getting into bad habits and spoiling kids in class, talking about, God forbid, CRE teacher is pregnant with the reverend's baby. That's low-key scandalous, I'm not gonna lie. The reverend? Oi, bro, Z. That was so scandalous. Oh my god. I've always been so scandalous. Oh my god. So my teacher says, Ati, you see, you've even failed your exams. I was beaten for failing. He beat me up for failing. He said, Ati, I'm number 4. I was number 4 actually. He beat me up. And then he gave me a letter and told me to tell my mom to come to school the next day. Okay, sasa umetoa his story home. Umetoa his story yangu shule, umeipeleka home. Now you want me to tell my mom. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Uji atani kill, atani murder. Atani murder, mbona unaniambia nini mwite unajua atani kill. That became a real cough. I actually just thought about an idea for a story time and I'll forget. Let me write it down. I can't see any of my notebooks. Chill. What the hell? You know I've forgotten. What? That story was gonna slap. Sawa tu. Anyway, so he tells me to go and tell my mom Ati she has to come to school. Now me, I'm like, hiya. This has become a problem. It's become an issue. It's starting to build up. So I know I'm in trouble. I failed my exam because I was stressed. My teacher was stressing me every time. He kept threatening me. I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie. This guy passed away and I'm 22 years old now. 22. I don't know about you. And like I have nothing to gain or lose. I'm just saying that he actually threatened me all week. That's why I failed my exams. I used to be those paranoid. Like when I exhibit typical anxiety symptoms when I'm anxious. Like anxious, can't concentrate, fidgeting all the time. Everything a kid would do when they're anxious, I used to do. And I think I still do. Like I still exhibit some symptoms of anxiety, but it's cool, it's calm. I'm an adult and I'm aware of it now. So I go home that day and I have to tell my mom, yeah, Mr. Gashunga ali sema ukuje shule kesho. And then my mom asked me why. So I'm sitting on the couch. I even told her the story when I was sitting upside down, like my legs are hanging on the bed, on the backrest of the couch, and then my head is where you sit and I'm like this. You get, that's so much anxiety, but my mom has always been okay with me sitting the way I feel like as a kid, of course. But yeah, it is what it is. So I told her, he told me, Ati, you need to come to school. Sorry, the smoke detector just went off. Did you see me do like look like, have you ever seen an albino's eyes? You know how they like quiver like that? I did that only because I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see. But you know how sometimes when you're looking through clean air, you see things and they look like small particles. Not through light, that's actually like particles in the air. I'm talking about like in your eye. You see like a particle or something. Those are your white blood cells, baby. You just saw I just saw my white blood cell. Anyway, so I think we're done now with the smoke detector and everything. So I told my mom. My mom didn't even overreact. She was just like, she was normal. I told her who told me. I told her everything. But she wasn't amused that I'm chilling with people who are older than me. Like way older than me. Class 3, class 2 and class 6. That's a big difference. But anyway, so I even remember like class 6s used to hit on me in the bus when I was in class 2. Y'all were weird. But we're kids anyway. So I guess that's fine. So I told my mom came to school the next day. I was in so much trouble, but my mom told the teacher not to beat me. and then I wasn't beaten, but she was also disappointed that I was number 4, which right now is not such a big thing. I don't think I'd stress my kid because they failed, unless they failed because of reasons that they've caused themselves, like, I don't know, stupid reasons. Anyway, so I was in a lot of trouble, but nothing really happened to me. I just know I failed exams because my teacher was threatening me and I had anxiety. And I was told that I'm the one who's spoiling kids in class too. Yeah. Because God forbid my CRE teacher gets pregnant with the reverend's baby because they're married. Wow, like, does that make sense to anyone? It's me. It's me. I need to chill because everyone else is right. I've always been so woke. I'm a woke baby, period. Okay, guys, see you next. This was obviously not a Morbid Monday story time, but I will be telling Kenyan Morbid Mondays. Yeah, I realize that it's more relatable. I feel more intrigued. And they're less scary. Okay, they're more scary, but talking about crimes that happened in like 1954, it gives me some form of like consolation knowing that they no longer exist in our timeline right now. Yeah, it makes me happier. I'm more hyped even telling the story. Like, you can see my Jeffrey Dahmer story I was very calm and everything, but I was so excited about the what's his name? Your homie? This guy. What's his name? Matheri. What was it? Matheri. Simon Matheri. Sorry. Ikere. Simon Matheri Ikere. Okay, guys. See you soon. Make sure you subscribe. I love you. Bye.
1, 2, 3, funky.